Okay, now that we have it cut open, I ended up cutting open both ovaries. This is what that giant growth was on the ovary when I had it closed. There's the Graafian follicle, or what? Oh, come on, focus. The inside of the Graafian follicle. You can see the outside of the ovary is the tunica albuginea, and the cortex is the inside where all of the follicles grow or develop. And then where the veins are, oh, I'm going to lose this spot. So you can see the holes where the veins and nerves and arteries flow on the inside, which is the medulla. On this one, you can see a corpus hemorrhagicum developing into a corpus luteum. And then, oh, there's a good tertiary cell developing. And then we'll move on into the uterus. So, looking at the edge of the uterus, you have the myometrium, which is the muscle edge. I'm going to have to take this out. So, myometrium is going to be the muscular part. This all looks the same color. Horrible lighting in this room. But it's composed of the smooth, what is it? Smooth circular and the long, they look like tubes, muscles to expand and contract or cause peristalsis, or to create peristaltic contractions. And then the inner layers is the mucosa and submucosa making up the endometrium. You can see, where were they? Some caruncles, they don't show as well as the video did it. I know I see it. There we go. So there's one. If I can get this to spread out. So there's one right at the tip of my thumb. They're not as distinct in mine as they were on the demonstration videos. That's where the what is it called? The cotyledon attaches, and the placenta forms. The cotyledon is the fetus end of the placenta, and then these caruncles are the mother end of the placenta. But the mucosa and submucosa or the endometrium, myometrium of the uterus are, for 4 functions, are the myometrium is to assist sperm movement up into the ampulla through the uterine horn up to the ampulla, so they can fertilize using peristaltic contractions. It expels a fetus during parturition to the cervix. The endometrium secrete fluids, specifically histotrol, for development of the fetus or initial development of fetus, and the uterus also removes waste and supplies nutrients to the fetus. So as the fetus produces waste, it has nowhere to go, so the uterus expels that waste for it. Then we go, so external bifurcation, internal bifurcation is right around here. I had the probe up in the other uterine horn, so there's the hole. Right, if I wiggle it around, I can get it up there. So then you get into the uterine body. I had a problem trying to cut this open, so the opening here is down here. right, I can get my finger in there. But then the opening up here, I lost somewhere. I had a hard time finding out, trying to finagle the scissors to get through there. But then this is all we have for cervix. And the transverse folds of the cervix. The vagina and the rest of the cervix is cut off. 4 types of cervixes are transverse, longitudinal folds, spiral arrangements, which is specific to sows, and the single ring, which is for our bitches and queens, and the domestic dogs and cats. Well, in all dogs and cats, but cervix during or prior to fertilization secretes a thin-like mucus to assist in semen passage up the cervix into the uterus, and that's during while estrogen is being produced, the hormone. And then once progesterone is being produced, signifying that there is fertilization, the cervix will secrete a thick mucous membrane to seal it off and prevent bacteria from getting into the cervix and the uterus. And that would flow into the vagina, which you have the cranial vagina, and then the hymen, which separates the cranial from the vestibular vagina.